Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fashion Coffee Hour. This is our spring special. Marcy's going to show us what is on the runway for spring and how we can take that to the street. So, Marcy, why don't you walk us through our program here? You got some slides that you want to go and share screen for first, and then find it on the desktop so we can. You want to go on screen share, and we can show the slides. Okay, great. And then Marcy found some looks off of the runway, and then she found some examples on the street. So are we on screen share?
All right.
Let's make sure we are on the screen share. So are we screen sharing?
No.
We like it when we screen share because then we like to look at the good examples. So Marcy's going to click us in. There we go. So there's our first slide this is from the runway. Is that right?
It is. It is. And so a big spring trend is white. And you can say, oh, spring always has white, but it's wearing white before Memorial Day. And there's a new designer, new to me, named Cochet or Koch, I'm not sure. And they have a white dress belted. And that's another thing that I'm going to talk about is the belt. And even with these white looks, there are belts.
So belts are big?
Belts are big. And Alexander McQueen does a self belt here with ballooned sleeves, which have been a little bit of a trend. I got a ballooned sleeve top at least a year ago. And the other thing I might add is that they're pairing white with black shoes and black bags.
Also, self belt means what? The belt is sewn into the garment, so it's already there?
No, it just means that it's the same fabric as the dress.
Oh, okay.
And then Yuji Yamamoto is got a lot of white looks there he has sneakers. So his look is pretty.
This other example is the white with the black, like the black leggings. That might not be your first inclination. So is that a new innovation or is that something you've seen before?
Something I've seen before and worn before, and Chanel does. I don't think it's a big trend this season. But
I've never noticed it
Givenchy
before.
Yeah, it's chic and directional. So now we're going to the street, and here are some gals with black sandals, black bag, black hat, and they look adorable.
So it's not the idea of black and white dressing. It's the idea of dressing in white and then accessorizing it with black.
Right.
So that's the approach, right? You're not going for a black and white look per se. You are dressed in white and accessorizing it in black.
Yes. And this girl on the left is
the baby doll.
Yeah, very cute. And she's got fishnets on, which is a little, edgy and perfect
for corporate America, right, Marcy? Like that's where you'd want to show up in the office wearing, right?
Yes.
If we ever are in the office again.
Right. I think there are more and more people that are opting out of corporate America and becoming entrepreneurs. And the other thing I want to mention is these boots are a trend, and you'll see them throughout.
And that's because with the short skirt, that's a good pair, or just in general you're seeing the boots, or what's the deal with the boots?
The boots are in general, you see them later. They're just a trend. There's somewhere they surfaced and became a trend. Another white dress on the left with some higher boots. And then the gal on the right has sandals with her boot. And she's carrying her bag in the new way, sort of just tucked. We'll see how Bottega Veneta started that. Todd's on the left, and now we're going to look at this blazer with a belt.
Oh, so this is the next area, blazer belt. So we moved on from white to blazer belt.
Yes. And in some cases doesn't have a belt, but for the most part, we're seeing a belt with the blazer. Again, Todd's has a self belt, same fabric as the jacket, and Off-White has an accent of a red belt.
So if there's a fashion emergency, someone gets up and yells self belt, that's you know what they're talking about.
Yes. Yes.
And then there are more examples of the belt and a jacket, right?
Yeah.
Even though
and
we've got a
these
very
are,
strong color there, Marcy. Is color important this season, or any more than any other season?
No, not. It's always big, at least in my book. But there's a lot of it. So Carolina Herrera did that. It looks like a silk with a skinny belt, and Hermes has done a skinny belt as well.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a pretty short skirt. Is that a mini skirt coming back, or what is going on there?
Yeah, I think it is coming back.
I mean, it's the first time I've really noticed it. Of course, I've not seen anybody for a year, but I certainly have not seen a mini skirt before.
And here, I mean, we all know that, again, the idea is that we're looking at the runway and then making it our own. So this look is a little exaggerated, and a little Louis Vuitton has a padded shoulder and a belt, but it looks like the belt is a tape measure. Does it look like that to you?
Mm-hmm, a little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then that's another short skirt again, right?
Yeah, yeah. I love that jacket, like sort of a boutique print. Now here's the street of the blazers and the belt, and we've got some that don't have a belt, but most of the time they have belts. And you see the black boots on the right, and we also have a section about denim, which this shows the sort of straight leg crop denim that's going on now.
Yeah, in general, seeing short pants and short or non-existent skirt.
Yeah, yeah. This is a.
And you mentioned the short pants is a way to show up your boot or your shoe. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. I haven't worn longer jeans or white jeans in years. I've been wearing short ones for many years. And I just think that's really cute. The denim blazer and the crop pant, really cute. And this one on the right has a little pop of color and her, sort of clunky boot. This is a great blazer with a belt bag, which is kind of a nice alternative to a crossbody. And then on the right,
and this is the brown and the black, which I guess I was thinking maybe before fall and winter, but you're saying that in spring also, Marcy? That's a year-round combination now?
Yeah, you can do that year-round. And I love the jeans here with this sort of diagonal hem or something there, detail. So APC, this is the button-up, which not to be confused with the button down. This one buttons up. So APC did this stripe one. So it's buttoning the blouse all the way up. And the one on the right is Schiaparelli, which is super sculptural and couture looking. And then Dior did a few button-ups that were nice. Y Project.
I'm not familiar with either of these.
I'm not really
brand
either.
names.
I'm not really either, Stan.
Now this is a long coat. So again, I wouldn't associate that with spring or summer, but that's, I guess anything can be trans-seasonal now. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, for the most part. We didn't used to be able to wear white year round, so I have a black gabardine lightweight coat that I wear.
Outside covered in ice. It's a lot of snow out there.
So this gal in Ami has a button up, just means buttoning up the shirt to the top. Just looks fresh and new. And these gals are on the street buttoning up. I love this color combo here.
And she's holding the bag in the manner you were talking about earlier.
Yes, she
Kind
has.
of the Princess Diane kind of approach.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw her with one this big because people held
Well,
clutches.
Oh,
You
it seemed like
saw
she
them?
was clutching for something, like clutching on for dear life. Literally, probably.
So this is the street and it sort of looks like a runway look. And I'm thinking that she probably bought a runway look. It's very oversized and the sleeves are super long.
And again, the short skirt.
Uh-huh. And the belt. And then on the right, a bright suit. And the left is a boyfriend blazer without a belt. She could belt it, but it's oversized and the sleeve is long. I would never wear that.
Well, you would have worn it smaller. Like if your boyfriend was smaller than you, maybe you would have done it and you would have belted it and you would have pushed up the sleeves, right, Marcy? Like I've been hanging around you long enough to know that's what you do with it, right?
I have a men's oversized blazer that, I fold up the sleeves. I love this on the right. I think she just looks super chic and simple and pretty.
Well, it's almost like a dress over pants as far as the silhouette, isn't it? It's the same kind of like, it looks, obviously it's too short to be a dress, but it's the same idea of the layering.
Yeah, and a blazer that's short sleeved too. Okay, now we're into shoes, and Bottega Veneta is the it shoe and bag company or designer right now.
I haven't heard this name for a long time, but you're saying it's always been big and it's still big and it's big again. Is that what you're saying?
No, they go in and out of favor, but they have been in for a while. For a season or two at least. We looked at them on the runway last season, and that's when they started their.
And what was it that made them new again, Marcy? Is it design change or just the designs at the time we caught up with them? Who caught up with who with this brand?
I think I don't quote me, but I think they got a new designer. And they came up with this bag that is the it bag, and it's just everywhere now.
That's so interesting.
Oh, and back up to the
boot.
The boot. So that one's going to run you quite a bit of money, but you can get something like it elsewhere. And here are the combat boots, and the purse or pooch is what they call it, that she's tucking under her arm. And if you don't have a Bottega bag, then this girl is clutching another shape, which happens to be Hermes. And here's the version of it with the chain.
Oh, this is the bags. This is the bag. So we're going from shoes to bags. Okay. I'm trying to keep up.
Well, we're doing them together. So we did shoes, bags, and now we're doing the street. Okay. And this one has a chain as well. I think I prefer without the chain, but it might make it a little more versatile with the chain. And now we're going to go to jeans. So the baggy or the super skinny, the one on the right is skinny, but the painted on jeans are out. And a new relaxed silhouette is in. And again, a cropped version where you can show your pretty shoes. And the ripped jean, which was never my choice, is kind of going by the wayside.
But then back to the jean, the painted on jean versus the somewhat relaxed fit. Is that then pairing with the idea of the boot? Like, did the boot Does the boot hang better with the somewhat relaxed fit of jean as opposed to like the super painted on jean? Is that what the combination would be?
I think, yes, it looks good with the boot, but I wouldn't wear it with a boot. I'd wear it with a shoe. So it's just what you want to do.
So you'd wear it with a flat or a simple shoe, not a boot.
I mean, this shoe is super pretty and feminine.
So the boot would be more apt to be paired with a skirt or dress. Is that what you do?
No, that's not what I'm saying. There is a person that wants to be edgy and wants to wear a boot, whether it's with a pant, a jean, or a skirt.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, back up here.
So the boot really is more about the attitude than it is the proportion or the silhouette. It's just,
Well, sometimes, I mean, yeah, there is a proportion is always involved, but in that case, it's a case by case thing. You have to see the look.
but no one wants to be a case, Marcy. That's why we're at Fashion Coffee Hour.
But see here, here's that boot with the skirt.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering if that was the juxtaposition between the short skirt and then the boots. That's kind of campy, provocative.
Cool. So our last slide is a couple of different jeans. Now see the one here with the rips, I'm not a fan. But
Yeah, I have to say I have not seen that. Of course, Marcy and I are downtown Chicago and in the Midwest. I haven't really seen the ripped up look for a while.
not for a while.
No, I
That
haven't.
summer, 2 summers ago, it's all you saw. But
And here we've got white boots.
yeah. So I have to say, a lot of these street looks have shoes with jeans, but you still see some sneakers.
Interesting. Okay. Well, so we had
So-
the white, and we had the belted jacket, and we had the jeans, and we had the handbags and the boots and the shoes. So that's a lot of territory you covered in a short time, Marcy. We'll probably have to take a second look at that. And luckily, we will be rejoining our panel tonight at 6 p.m. as we always do, 6 p.m. Central Time. If anybody is interested in joining our Fashion Coffee Hour, you can visit our Facebook group page and request to be a member. And you also can find us on YouTube. As always, it's a pleasure sharing some of these ideas with you. And we look forward to seeing you tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time for Fashion Coffee Hour. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.